was specifically designed to meet the needs of the animals. And to ensure the safety and comfort of the animals of the Savannah exhibit, Arctic airplane hangar-inspired doors were designed specifically to guard against drastic weather changes. Calgary is the first zoo to incorporate their use in an exhibit. And since their groundbreaking design, zoo designers around the world have copied the two 80 by 25-foot vinyl doors. For Calgary, they are remarkably weather-resistant, allowing plenty of headroom for a full-grown giraffe.
We have very long winters here in Calgary, so they're inside for months of the year, like half the year usually.
Mona Keith has 14 years of experience with the giraffes and knows how sensitive they are to the weather.
We have a cutoff temperature of 10 degrees before we open the large vinyl doors for the giraffes. They're quite susceptible to respiratory infections and colds.
But on warm weather days, the vinyl doors are open to allow the giraffes, Carrie and Marty, and the other animals of the African savanna to roam freely through the 3-acre yard. But as is common in Calgary, the weather begins shifting rapidly.
We need to move fairly quickly here because the weather is starting to turn.
A winter storm is quickly moving in. The adaptable exhibit goes into high gear, but first, Mona must get everyone indoors.
Wind is coming in. It's the north wind. It's getting quite cold.
Mona gets the hippos and Marty into the hangar, but Carrie is still out on the savanna. If she stays out too long, she could freeze. But Mona Keith keeps a cool head, knowing you can't rush a giraffe.
I'm feeling a little anxious because I want to get those vinyl doors closed. But you just got to let that go. If you're in a rush with giraffes, it's just not going to work.
The wind kicks up. Everyone can feel the temperature drop as tensions rise. Carrie finally makes her way over the giraffe overpass towards home.
Coming in, Carrie?
With the giraffes moved into their stalls, Mona rushes back to the controls. A few gusts of chilly wind slip under, just as the doors close, bringing shelter and warmth to this amazing, adaptable habitat. Safely inside the hangar doors, warthogs, porcupines, and meerkats can frolic in 70-degree comfort, warmed by two 1,700-horsepower boilers. But it's the hippos who really benefit from this huge indoor habitat, with enough space to house their 80,000-gallon temperature-controlled hippo tank, the largest in North America, and home to 38-year-old Foggy, who proves that warm-weather animals can thrive in cold-weather zoos.
Old Foggy here is going on 40 years old and is actually the oldest member of our animal collection. You can tell him by his molars that stick out at funny angles and have to be cut off from time to time. He doesn't like going very far from Sparky, who is a much younger animal, now about 12 or 14, and we're hopeful that maybe there's one more breeding left in Foggy so that after he's left us, Sparky and her offspring can live in the pool here for us.
Hippos spend 70% of their life in the river waters of Africa. This pool is engineered to make them feel right at home. Special jets were positioned on the bottom to create an actual river current. 200 tilapia fish, who feed on hippo feces, act as a natural filtration system. Still, one of the most important features is the mammoth rock in the center of the pool. This allows the hippos to exhibit an essential natural behavior. It's designed so that Foggy and Sparky can rest and breathe comfortably while submerged in water as they would in the wild. The problem is, the rock just isn't tall enough for these particular hippos. They end up resting on a shallow ramp where it's hard for the visitors to see them. Now the zoo must adjust the rock's height to allow the hippos to express their natural behaviors in a place where the public can view them. But changing the exhibit is phenomenally complicated. To do this, the zoo needs to add another 3 feet to the structure. Normally, this task would need a week to complete. The problem is that it needs to be done in just 72 hours. Any longer than that, and the temporary holding facilities of the hippos and tilapia could become toxic and deadly.
My biggest fear is that the fish truck will show up at 3 o'clock. We'll still have 4 or 5 feet of water in the pool, and we won't be able to catch the fish.
The person in charge of the operation is Sanders Steer. In the 4 years he's been in charge of the hippo's habitat, he's never had to tackle a problem like this.
about to see has never been done yet, and we quite frankly don't know how everything is going to play out.
There's another concern, the filtration system.
Okay.
At 3 stories high and over a mile of piping, it's the best way the keepers have for adapting the ever-changing cleanliness of the water. This system circulates and purifies the entire 80,000-gallon environment once every 30 minutes. Today, it'll need to be completely shut down during the rock placement. Not even Sander is sure it can be restarted. Plenty could go wrong in the next 72 hours.
In talking with the keepers, the plan that we had in place had some concerns. They're not really comfortable with taking the pool down to too low of a point without having circulation going because of the dissolved oxygen.
8 a.m., day 1. The hippos are moved off exhibit and the pool begins draining.
Animals are remarkably intuitive. They seem to know there's something going on.
The race is on.
Take it down to the same point they had last time, as low as they'll go.
Can the staff make the repairs, care for 2 ANSI hippos, save 200 tilapia fish, and restart a multi-million-dollar filtration system to get the job done?
3:28, and we got no fish truck.
Coming up next, unexpected delays and unforeseen problems put Calgary Zoo's staff and technology to the test. When Ultimate Zoo continues. The amazing indoor-outdoor African savanna exhibit at the Calgary Zoo is designed to adapt to the ever-changing needs of African animals. In the giant 80,000-gallon hippo exhibit, the staff must make major renovations so the hippos can display an important natural behavior typical of the wild, where they rest their massive heads on rocks to help keep their eyes and nose above water. Only problem, to do so, they will have to drain the pool, lower in the new rock, paint it, refill the water, and then bring the pool back to temperature. A job that must be done quickly and carefully to ensure the safety of the animals. 4 p.m., day 1. After 7 long hours, the pool's finally drained to the minimum life-sustaining level for the tilapia. That was part of the plan. Unfortunately, there's a problem on the horizon that no one expected. The mobile fish holding facility is taking much longer to get to the zoo than expected.
Every minute this guy is later than 3, it's going to really start pushing the schedule back further and further. And yeah, we're getting a little nervous now.
The oxygen in the water is depleting rapidly. It will not sustain the fish much longer.
The fish truck is still not here yet, and they are about 45 minutes away.
Anxiety is running high, and the keepers are getting desperate. Sander makes a gutsy decision.
We have enough netting here. Maybe we can actually stop them and get them. Well, actually getting on this side and then spread them out from around the net. Watch the splash.
Taking matters into their own hands, the keepers quickly come up with an alternate plan. It's decided that the staff will move the fish into large buckets. This will not only improve their oxygen supply, but it will also make up lost time when the truck finally arrives.
Time check. 7:06.
In just 1 hour, all the tilapia fish are now temporarily stored in buckets. Finally, the truck arrives. 4 hours late. The fish are loaded by hand into the truck's tanks, where they'll be safe for a while. But the project is way behind schedule. And now, the most crucial element of all, installing the rock.
We're at 7:28. We're now back in the actual rock into the Savannah building.
No one knows if the original rock, constructed of rebar, mesh foam, and concrete, will withstand the new 6,000-pound load. If it collapses under the weight, the operation will be an utter failure. They carefully lower the rock into place. Now that it's in position, will it hold? One false move, and the mass will crush the original rock. The rock holds. Quickly, the workers attack the armature, securing the rock with cement. It will need to dry overnight.